Before we started this session, I've got informed consent from my client and made sure they were happy to participate.
Hello, my name is Jacob. I'll be a student practitioner today.
Hi, my name is Scott.
So I understand you're here with a fractured forearm, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Before we get started on doing some exercises, I just need to get your consent. So I'm going to need to go over a few things with you. So basically, during this session, I might need to reposition you by doing certain exercises. Just reposition your placement and stuff to make sure your posture's all okay, make sure you're doing it all safely and correctly, just to ensure your safety and mine as a practitioner. Do I have your consent for that?
Yeah.
Lovely. And this session is also being recorded for educational purposes. So is that all okay with you?
Yeah, it's completely fine.
All okay, lovely. So if you feel uncomfortable at any point, all you need to do is let me know and we can stop. But yeah, have you got any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. You understand?
I'm just going to take some time to introduce the case here. So this is a 28-year-old front row rugby player recovering from a ulnar fracture following a fall during his training. They're in the late stage of rehabilitation where their strength has almost been fully restored. So our focus will be on power as well as some force absorption. Given the sport and the position this client plays, it is important that their upper body can manage high impact forces. There I was just talking over my client with some key coaching points on how to perform this exercise. And now I'm demonstrating the exercise. During this plyometric force absorption push-up, the goal here is not just to produce force, but to be able to absorb the force through the forearm and the shoulder complex. Later on in this session, I get my client to do 3 sets of 6 reps of this exercise. And the reason for that is you want to keep the reps low because this is a power exercise and it is higher intensity. So just before my client does the exercise, I go over some last few coaching points, making sure he's got his elbows tucked in and making sure he lands softly. While I'm watching my client do this exercise, I'm looking for some key things here. I'm making sure he's landing softly. I'm making sure he maintains a neutral spine position and he keeps bracing the core. And I'm also making sure his elbows are tucked in to prevent any shoulder discomfort. So now my client has finished doing the exercise. So here what I'm doing is I'm speaking through progressions and regressions that he can do for the exercise. So if he found it too hard, he can do push-ups up against the wall, the same thing, just more elevated. Or we can make the box height even higher. These will be regressions. And if my client was finding it too easy, some progressions I could give him would be to do a clap push-up, potentially wear a weighted vest while doing it. I have chosen the force absorption push-up to do for my client because they are in the late stage of rehabilitation where their strength is almost 100% restored, and force absorption is very important for this athlete as they play rugby and they may need to hand off opponents or for when they fall to the ground after they've been tackled. Some external cues I gave my client were brace your stomach, preparing for a punch. This is so they kept their core engaged throughout the movement. I also told my client to imagine he is landing on glass to promote the soft landing. And I also made sure I was giving positive feedback when appropriate to increase my client's confidence. Plyometric force absorption push-up is good for developing power, strength, neuromuscular control. It helps build strength and stability and help to safely prepare the athlete to returning to playing rugby.